You gotta tell me about your rank. You gotta tell me about this replay, what you main, what your MOBA experience is. Let's get everything.
Okay. I don't have a lot of MOBA experience. I've been playing kind of off and on since like original Dota, I guess, was a Warcraft 3 mod. I played a little bit of League of Legends. HOTS, I played some during beta, and I've been back playing for a couple months. And this is the one where it's really stuck, and I'm starting to take it a lot more seriously. So this game, I'm gold 2 on EU. If you asked me a week ago, I would have said I was support main, but after watching or you and others, I've been trying to play a lot more sort of solo laners and things that I can maybe carry myself a little bit higher with. So this is a game on Battlefield of Eternity where I'm playing Malthael.
Awesome. Thank you for the introduction. That was probably like one of the best ones we've ever gotten. Seamless, perfect, nice. All the info we need. Thanks, man.
Cool. So there are a couple things that I'd like to pay attention to during this, if that's okay.
Please.
So wave control, as in like when to, I guess, what to do with the minions rather than just sort of kill the wave and let it crash into a gate or something like that, is something that I know I should be paying attention to, but I'm not really sure what to do with it. Camp timing is the second thing, and the third one is when I should be with my team instead of laning. So if there are any opportunities for those or anything else you see, I'd be really happy to hear.
Right on. So the first two that you mentioned, it's not as important on BOE, and I can go through and explain that as we're going through the game. But the third one is so damn important, especially for Malthael, and I find it is one of like the biggest binary factors for showing a good Malthael versus a Malthael that needs some work. I myself suffer from this very frequently because when you're playing Malthael, you destroy minion waves, and once the game starts moving forward, you start destroying your opponents too. You know, you get last rights, you want those 1v1s, and a lot of the times you miss opportunities for rotations. And I learned this one the hard way. I remember I played like 3 Braxis games, lost every one of them, and I actually funneled it down to me being a monkey when it came to rotating with my team. I stayed in the offlane way too much, and yeah, that's basically it. So a couple things you have to consider. If they get off the map, you're in a lot of trouble because you're playing against an ETC Jaina. The Uther, you don't even really have to consider it. Like if ETC lands a power slide onto you and Jaina combos off of it and then there's like a swap, you're likely going to die. So that's the one thing you have to be careful of. Aside from that, as long as you have eyes on Artanis, you have better race. Like the level 4 for Lunara, you have Q builds on your Vala. So your guys' draft on paper should have a much easier time than theirs. Yeah.
So, I mean, we do win this. We are carried a lot by our Vala. We do try to throw it away pretty hard toward the end of the game, but we'll see.
All right, so you're standing in the bush looking to get your first auto attacks in. This is good. Wait, I talk about this actually quite frequently. You said you've watched my Malthael videos, right?
Yeah, some of them at least.
Okay.
So I've been doing my best to initiate by running in with on a pedal horse instead of the E.
And this is good. The fact that you're trading up this hard against him, even pre-level 4, like it's fantastic. Yeah, make sure you push in the minion wave. Don't let him just tank it, but you can get on your mount right there, and just for safety.
Yeah, well, I've been doing my best to mount up and drop vision as much as possible. And actually, the level 4 thing was something I meant to ask as well. How much should I be bullying pre-4, or should I be waiting until 4 and I guess it's a bit safer then?
Definitely waiting a little bit more, because the first one, you know, you finished the trade down about 10%, 15% health, which isn't bad considering the fact that he was down about 40%. So the trade was fantastic for you, but you don't have to do it like that. I think it's most of the time better to wait for 4 before you really aggressively trade. But that's just, as you climb in rank, people will punish you harder. And like now this guy's just straight up lost lane. So now you can just sit here. You don't even have to push in the minion wave anymore. You can, but you don't have to, because he's just lost. You can zone him off if you wanted to. But yeah, the big point is just making sure he doesn't freeze it. And this is what I mean by freezing the wave and pushing in the wave on BOE is much less important on this map, just because how short everything is. What tier is this? This is gold.
Yeah, gold 2.
Yeah, and if you just auto attack the middle one, your auto attack spread to both. Yeah. So trading this camp, just getting... Malthael's so good on this map for this reason. It's good that you went and grabbed that as soon as you had time to. He's just way too late. You're just absolutely destroying this guy. Yep. So always know that like his only way of screwing you over is getting one of these combos onto you, and just have your mouse in such a position where like you're pinging, you know exactly where he is right now.
Someone else was pinging.
Okay, well, someone else is
yeah.
Does he ever get into vision of you? It doesn't look like it actually. Okay, yeah, he walked up, so that's why the pings came through. And you don't... Okay, so you do see him. You know he's there. So just always be aware of that. You can just... As soon as you see this come through, dodge either up or down, and you dodge neither directions. So he does catch you with that one. You don't have any auto attacks on him to use your W to, so that one's a little bit of a misplay.
My mechanical skills are definitely what I think something I need to work on, but that'll come with time.
And that one's fine. You've got the minion wave pushed up. Get the auto attack on him when he comes in. It's actually really, really important what you did here, and I'm not even sure if you noticed, but if, like right there, see how you get the auto attack on the wave and you put Reaper's Mark on him as he switches you? Now you can just instantly W back to him if you wanted to, and that's super important playing against an Artanis. The fact that you got that off was, I think, a little bit of an element of luck, but it was still really good.
Not pure skill.
I love it. See right here, you have the opportunity to go and start your hard camp.
Actually, that's the one that I meant where on this map with the timing. Because I think we want to be finishing it. Yeah, I screw up here. I should have seen Jaina coming, and I should have just walked away as well. But we'll see that in a second. I thought I could get the kill there.
Wait,
and,
I thought you could get the kill
just...
here too.
Oh, well.
Definitely need to use your W a bit faster there. I wonder if you just straight walk away if you live.
I think that if I just walked away, because I spend a lot of time just screwing around.
And hold on to
I think if I just walked away instead, or paid more attention to the map and seen Jaina missing from bottom, I would have lived there.
Yeah.
But at least it's early.
Yeah, definitely be pinging this camp right now. I definitely think if you tried to walk away, you would have lived. If you Wraith Striked onto Jaina right away and then walked away, and she hadn't even locked in a level 4 or anything like that. She's going Frost Armor. Yeah, and just try to dodge her Q when she throws it out. But ping this camp because you guys needed to get onto it way earlier. And this is something that you can do from the off lane if you're just trying to shot call a little better. And you're asking about camp timings. You'll want this camp running out at the very beginning.
So I should be getting on that basically as soon as the timers are up, at least on the first one. I'm just making sure that it's out.
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
It's the job of the 4-man to do it, but if you start it, I'm sure they'll come up. I find that happens quite frequently. And you were going to lose no soak top. As long as you don't lose soak for doing it, it's definitely a good thing. You had your Ghesthar camp pushed in, excuse me, here, and the minion wave was coming in right here, so it still had to sit here, wait for the Ghesthar to get cleared, and then crash mid. Actually, it would probably end up crashing about here. So you weren't going to miss any soak if you started it. And yeah, the whole point is just try to get it out around 2 minutes and 30, or sorry, start it around 2 minutes and 30 seconds so that you can have it once the immortals do spawn.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys are crazy for doing this.
Yep.
And even yourself, now you don't want to get onto this. You want to get right into the race.
I think my thinking was, since our team was so far ahead on that, I jumped on that instead of going on to the immortal.
Okay. So, okay, yeah. This actually ends up...
Where I said, when should I be with my team versus doing camps or clearing away.
See, the thing is this could end up losing you about 25% of a shield, but they decide to sit here instead. So this actually ends up being the best play.
Okay, good skill again.
What I like to do on Malthael is always be ready to race, okay? And then as soon as this, especially if it's in a race position like this, if they give it to you, that's great. If not, then you have to play a little bit differently, but you can use your shroud over the wall as soon as the immortal dies, and then race strike over and start the camp, so that you can always have the camp and the immortal pushing out at the very same time. It's super good. You just stay on this edge, E over the wall as soon as this is about to die, puts the Reaper's Mark on, and then you Wraith Strike.
Okay, so in principle, I should have done the Immortal with the team and basically waited until it was about to die and got on the camp rather than trying to do it at the halftime or anything like that.
Yeah, that's usually what you want to do. In this specific situation, this actually works out very well for you because now they're playing a stall game and you have your camp pushing out top. They have theirs out bottom as well, but at least you guys have something moving. This is actually really good, the fact that you did that.
And I guess this is the other thing I have trouble with, at least with Malthael, because he has no escapes. Engaging in the sort of the team fights or how deep I should be getting in and things like that is something I have trouble with. So
good.
If you've got any tips,
yes, that's the other thing that you'll find yourself having a lot of problems with is going in and just dying in a 1v4. And the thing that has helped me so much is learning to play slowly with Malthael. This is the problem, and the fact you have a heroic that can like one-shot somebody, it makes you feel like you're a hero that plays fast, but you're not. You are a hero that plays very slow fights. That's the whole point of Malthael. And it was honestly when the last rights change that came through that really made me have the hardest time with getting used to him again, because I kept playing fights too fast. And he's the very same, and I'm sure you've experienced the same thing.
I was never playing when last rights, so...
Or when, oh, okay.
Or not last rights, the other one.
He even talks slow. You've got to role play him. Chat knows. So like right here, this is good. And yeah, don't be afraid to use your Wraith Strike for extra damage too. Yeah, because I guess there was a moment on ETC where you could have Wraith Struck just to get in some extra damage, but
okay.
Even though it is a positional tool, it also does a lot of damage. What does it do right now? Okay, I guess only 75.
Yeah.
When you get the percent, it...
Okay.
I see a lot of damage and I hover over. I would be pinging away Loon. Okay, yeah, she's leaving, so this is good. So I gotta look at what's going on here. Okay, so you have the hard camp up top. They're clearing it, and they have 2 up here. And your Lunar is also up here. What were your thoughts? You wanted to just be in the off lane while your Immortal pushed, right?
Yeah, I think that was my...
So this sucks because Lunar is also up here. Because she's up here and you guys have such a huge advantage in the bottom lane, like I would have left already. But she takes so long to do it, and almost all the shield gets depleted before she even gets down there. Doesn't even get to utilize Nature's Culling.
I think I start leaving there, and then there 2 start pushing up, so I waffle around a bit. Or she goes in a bit deep, or whatever.
If they do this, so here's one thing that you have to be also careful of is trying to babysit your teammates. You know, when you're in gold, you do need to be able to make movements on your own and not worry about what your teammates are doing and kind of play your own game. Right now, you still have a very, very healthy Immortal in the bottom lane, and there's guaranteed 2 people top. To me, this means this is a free fort and more.
Okay. Probably a bad habit from playing lots of support and tank.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And she taps and then leaves. Oh, that's so weird. You guys do get a lot of this wasted, but... Decide to rotate down anyways. Nice. And she stays top. So you guys do get the fort off of it, but yeah, so it ends up not being as bad. I bet Lunar leaves for Mortal Lane when you leave for it. Yeah, that sort of stuff always happens. This is scary. They were all represented bottom. You don't know that Reynad is gone, so yeah, be careful about starting that one.
Luckily, I didn't start it.
Okay, ETC slides in. Race straight back out. Yep. Oh, did you miss a Q there?
The guy Wraith struck before the Q, maybe.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you cancel your auto attack right there. It's one cancel, you get your Q off. Okay, you go in, you get stunned up, hit your Q, W through, and yeah, you don't Q again. Okay, you Q there, sorry. I didn't even see it. All you did was miss the one auto, and I don't even blame you for getting out of this. Like,
I think I was trying to get on ETC. Fast.
Yeah. This looks like a really scary situation to get out. Like, you heal so much, and you have the Ariel there, but I don't blame you for wanting to get away from this one. Like, because if you chase through, you're sitting in this entire blizzard. I don't blame you for trying to get away from that one. I think if you do pursue that fight and don't Wraith strike through, that you guys can get some more kills. You probably honestly wiped them all, but it looked pretty scary, so I don't blame you. Actually, you have no deaths. Learn to... Yeah, maybe you got to push the limits of this hero.
I have one death, actually. I think I do, at least. I took it hard from Jaina at the top.
That is true.
And I'll get plenty more before the game's over, so... I'm trying to cut down on the deaths, so I might be playing a little bit too conservatively.
No mana and no damage, actually. I don't know. This looks really good. But you have no way of continuing. Like, even if you walk through, you get one more Q, and then you're still walking in.
I think one of the things to remember as well, I don't know how much your audience is NA, but this is on EU, so there's no one on voice comms or anything like that, because English isn't necessarily the first language or even a spoken language of anyone.
Yeah. So, Azariel's right. You know, like, reading chat, it's absolutely true. But look at his situation. When you see this, like, I don't blame him for Wing through at all. Actually, like, honestly, if I were playing this one out, this is exactly how I would do it. Create space and range with your Reaper's Mark. So you first hit this auto attack. It cleaves over here. Not the biggest deal, but still. And you get this auto attack as well. Yeah, so you get swapped in. Hit the one auto, Q, and walk up this way. Create a bit of space. Just like that. Exactly as you did, but continue doing it. And play this angle and in. So you walk up, you hit your Q again, you're waiting for them to walk down, and now you W back through ETC, and you're on the front side of this fight in a 4v3, and you just absolutely kill everybody if you're over here. Because the whole point is you need to stay with your Wraith Strike down on the left-hand side of the fight. I do think this is something that you should have played more aggressively on. At first glance, I didn't blame you because your health bar went so low, but then I looked at it again, and you Wraith Striked after Ariel's heal came through. This could have been a huge play.
Okay.
I know it's tough to see in the heat of the moment like that, but as you play more Malthael, you'll get more comfortable with his strengths.
I don't think I've been in that many team fights with this team either, so it could be that I'm a bit hesitant to go in, not knowing what they're gonna do, how much support I'm gonna get.
Got
so
a lot of massacre value.
Should I have joined and chased, or should I have done that camp like I did?
I think at that time you had disengaged completely. I think that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Here you could have 100% got onto this guy though, or at least forced out his Q.
I think I needed to wait an extra second before moving because the minions dismounted me.
Close. All right, you get the camp out. So you guys are up at least one resource here. Ooh, this is a big massacre.
I'm sure that's another one where I should have jumped straight on the Immortal rather than clearing bot.
Yeah, you guys already have level 10. You don't need to clear bot at this point. My only thing, I could have sworn you could have turned this. I want to look at this again. You know what, it's... But yeah, I absolutely agree. You start on this. Yeah. The objective is so dang important on this map. That's why Hanzo has such a high win rate, just because his ability to take those Immortals for himself. And then, yeah, if you're here, you can get a stack onto your last rights. This is the same thing that happens to many Malthael players. Here we go. Yep. Wait for the stun to go down and then W in. Yeah, you can absolutely... Yeah, there you go. And then just last rights him. Just do it a little bit earlier.
Yep.
Okay, and then immediately onto the objective as well.
It is time for a change in strategy.
So I want you to get rid of this habit of not using the time that you buy with your kills or positioning to... Like, yeah, so you get onto the top lane, you should absolutely be on this. I know, like, okay. I get what you're doing, and technically what you're doing is good. Like, you're generating off-lane pressure, you're getting soak for your teammates, but...
It's not necessarily wrong, it's just not right.
Exactly, it's BOE. BOE, this map is so damn important getting the objective. Getting a little bit of a skirmish breaking up, but you've started on the camp. Like, again, I think you should have been here at this point, but the fact that you started this is going to get you a lot of value. You will lose games with this playstyle, though, and yeah. I feel like Diablo's not body blocking enough. That's probably true. Okay. So yeah, and here you would absolutely group with your team. This is a full shield Immortal. You guys should be looking for a team fight, maybe even a keep with this.
Okay.
Oh, this is easy. This is so easy. Like, as soon as you change this behavior, this is going to result in so much success.
Okay, I'm just obsessed a little bit too much with maximize our experience gained from the offlane.
Yep. This team is just bodying. And
we
sorry,
go ahead. We get way up, but as I said, we do start trying to throw it away. So
yeah, here you get kills and stacks on your ult, which is ultimately what you want. You guys should very well get the keep off this, but you left it up to your teammates to get those kills and secure the keep when you should have been up here doing it as well. Just remember that Malthael's good at pushing out a minion wave. He's like the worst hero in the game when it comes to sieging.
Yeah, I think I pushed the minion wave up to the wall, or just about, and then moved up.
So right now your mentality tells me that you're going to go right onto this camp.
Seems like.
Well, this is good to like deny from your opponents. If
it's not going to achieve anything.
Exactly. Yeah, they're just going to clear it. Okay, you're walking up. Ooh. I would absolutely W into this in a 1v4. I know it sounds scary, but you guys are so far ahead. So that, yeah, it's, you don't know where ETC is though, but that's scary. I can't give you that advice.
I'll be a bit more aggressive is fair enough.
Yeah.
Maybe not as aggressive as that, but you know. So should I be focusing less on wave clear after 10 or once we're ahead, or is there anything like that I can kind of base it off of?
Yes.
Or just in general try to tone that down a bit?
So there's a couple things. You want to clear minion waves when you need the experience or when you're trying to generate an advantage. When you already have an advantage, you want to be walking up with your teammates and playing team fights. That's like the whole point. You generate an advantage, try to take structures. Generate an advantage, try to take structures. But the way that you take structures is by getting kills with your team and then pushing down structures with your team. Zariel makes a good point too. Like when you walked up there into that 1v4 situation, when your opponents are all missing off the map, you do have to be careful of just rotating aggressively onto minion waves like that. You either have to soak out a vision or just wait for the minion waves to crash in and then clear them, because better teams will kill you for that. Okay. But that's the general rule of thumb. Like if you're level 10 and your opponents are level 9 and your teammates are all on the objective and you're pushing the side lane, that's scary. Like you need to be with your teammates, because then that gives your opponents a very clear way of killing you. 4v1 rotate. Yeah, that means you still get the objective, but it's better to just be in a situation where you're winning and then not lose anything than be in a situation where you're winning and still like die in the off lane. Use the pressure that you create with Malthael's PvE presence to join up on team fights.
Okay.
And like even this. So right now, this is telling me this immortal spawning in 8 seconds says I win the game in 8 seconds. You guys are so far ahead. They still a full level away from hitting level 13. The only way of them fighting you reasonably is fighting down a talent tier. And they have people that are dead. This means you should be sitting on Blue Immortal. Literally sitting right here, waiting for it to spawn. But instead you aggressively rotate out. Or rotate onto the minion wave. This is very, very scary. This is the only way to throw the game right here. Is by fighting them here. You should be on this point racing. And like fighting, also bad. Because if all of you were here starting, they're way too slow to even get up here. You guys should have had this 50%ed a long time ago. You got top pressure with Katas.
Okay.
See, now this is a decent fight. Now that the Immortal's gone. Yeah, just ult him. You don't ult him. Any reason why?
Because I'm a gold player. I think that's all there is.
Okay.
Just the opportunity.
That's really funny to me. Not that you missed it, it's that you said that as an excuse. That's really funny.
Oh, it's not an excuse. Just, legitimately, I missed it. I should have hit it.
Okay. Yeah, now just right over here. Oh, you got put into a situation where you die no matter what. That sucks.
I'm also pretty bad at getting out of Janna's Rings of Frost. I don't get into the middle very well. I always try to move out of them and kill myself a lot.
The S key is your friend. But yeah, there's no universe that exists where you guys should be here. You should be over here right now, because this is a 100% shield immortal, and then that guarantees that you win the game. There's no way that you don't win the game unless Jaina gets like a 5-person ring. There's two ways of doing it. You can either push down with the full shield immortal and play safe as it gets onto the keep and then force a fight under the keep, or 5-man top with the catapults, and then back off when they try to fight you.
It's the same mistake that I've repeated throughout, which is not prioritizing the immortal highly enough.
Yep. So yeah, if you hit S here, you avoid the ring, but then you're in auto attack range of James, and he kills you anyways. So you die no matter what off that swap. But thank the heavens, we have a resurrection coming in hot.
Yep. And I'm not sure if I should have just walked away there. I think my mindset was that I need to get marks on so I can start healing.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was any way I could survive there, but I probably should have just walked away.
Yeah, definitely should have walked away. This guy goes in.
As I said, we do our best to throw the game away.
Yeah, so just if you looked at a snapshot of the map at that point, are you a good enough player to say, yeah, we basically 100% end with this Immortal? Previously, before going bottom?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I think I'm too conservative just in general, not just in this particular game, with how much, or I overestimate how much damage the core can take before it goes. So I'm a little bit too conservative with trying to add.
Okay. You shield out. He walked into the root.
Pretty sure somewhere in here I screw up my ult, or maybe that was on the last.
Yeah, you didn't even use the ult there.
On the last one, I ulted Jaina and she just ice blocked out of it. But
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that goes out. The D shield. Basically, just as soon as the ring drops, you should be walking this way.
yeah,
Or even, do you have it up? Yeah, you do. You could have just Wraith Strike onto the backside of Jaina over here as well. So there's two ways of dodging. I wouldn't suggest walking into them as a method of dodging. I would have suggested walking this way or using Wraith Strike to dodge.
dodging Ring of Frost is definitely something I need to be better at.
Oof. Was Whip supposed to be on the ETC mosh? I'm not sure. I didn't see. I'm not paying too much attention to Ariel. She's running Resurrect, so that tells you something.
I am on my way.
Strike the backside of Jaina. Yes! Wraith strike her backside. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, everybody missing off the map. See, just doing this sort of stuff in general, you do have to be careful of. So, like, let's watch. They're all topside. You see them. They enter into this bush. They back up
I
here.
run through the bush all the way up, don't I?
Yeah, so they are in this bush, or somewhere here. And you straight run it into here. You're dead if they're here. Or here, 100%. So you have to be careful of that. If you see them all dipping off the map like that, hell, you got to be like this way, because they could have dipped into here before Diablo gets up here. They could even like be in this area using this vision. You know, this is gold, so people don't usually manipulate vision that much, but this behavior, if you get to platinum and diamond, will get you killed.
Okay.
Hell, they even are there and they don't kill you for it. Like, okay. This is a really big massacre moment. Yeah, you're still good to go here.
Yep.
Yep. Make sure you, yep. Okay, okay, you're missing auto attacks here. Can we talk about his 13 talent? Yeah, I mean, do you not like his 13 talent?
The 7 and 13 talents were the ones that were things I wanted to ask about. The 13 especially, I mean, 7, you talk about massacre value a lot, so I'm guessing that it's about right.
Yes.
I guess the question about it is that since auto attacks apply in an area as well, is massacre really that valuable?
Yes.
And I guess the answer is yes.
It's so
and the 13 talent is one that 13, yeah, is one that I kind of question regularly. The soul repealing seems like it's adding a fairly small amount, and the other 3 seem purely situational, I guess.
Yeah, this one sucks.
I'm guessing the unstoppable is strictly the good player one. But
Yeah, if you're comfortable using Inevitable End, I absolutely think you should be using it. As somebody who's floating around gold, I think you will get the most amount of value out of Ethereal Existence, just because, yeah, you might not be as comfortable activating Inevitable End or, like, you know, timing it properly. Yeah, there might be times where you even just, like, get rid of all your marks when you use it.
I'm not great at using the sort of proactive unstoppable on Garrosh or on him.
Okay, but
So maybe that means I
considering
should be taking it and, you know, getting better. But
yeah, absolutely. Considering their comp, this is definitely the go-to. But considering your rank and everything like that, I don't find any issue with you going this talent. You get the additional armor. It at least gives you some survivability. But yeah, if you want to push yourself mechanically, I absolutely think you should be looking at going Inevitable End. And when you want to, like, honestly, Shadow Wisdom would be good here too, because if you're able to pop this as like a slides coming in to stop a lot of Jaina damage, or you pop it off of a swap, you can survive in some very sticky situations. But yeah, like Inevitable End here would be so damn good. CC, SWAT, like everything that they have basically gets stopped by Inevitable End. So it's definitely the go-to.
okay.
So let's just watch what you do mechanically. So you get the one auto attack. Okay, and you get your last rights off. That's good. And then you walk back in, and you're walking in, but you're not auto attacking. You're like half committing and half walking out. So you should have auto attacked there and at least started trading with them. You use your E now to trigger your Reaper's marks, but W in on this guy. Because yeah, you look very afraid of what you're trying to, like, I actually think that if you go in on this guy, he dies.
Okay.
At least when you had full health, because you had double marks on people, like right here. Like, this looks good for you. Especially, you know, you got your teammates up here. You guys just got the one kill. I absolutely think this looks okay for you.
Okay.
Like, especially right there, if you W'd onto the backside of her again and Diablo charges in, like, she is so done. But the main thing was missing the auto attack and, like, yeah, looking indecisive. Uh-oh.
I think I probably was indecisive. It's, you know.
That was the most god tier combination I've ever seen in my life. There you go. Oh, Ben's gonna get it this time. Yeah, watch out for the stun. Back up. Give E, yeah. W, yeah, to get, yeah, buddy. Hit S. Don't walk in. No! That was the play, dude. You had such a good play there, because if you hit S, wait, you get one more Q? No, we're getting, no!
I'm bad and I feel bad.
That was so close, dude. You almost made big play. Singular. Yeah, so you E as soon as it times. Miss Ben, but you get the W for Massacre. Hit the Q. Should be... 20 seconds left. You get absolutely hooped with that stun. No, that sucks. Ben lives again. This guy's really got your number, eh?
As I said, I'm particularly bad at that Jaina ult.
Yeah.
No matter what I'm playing, that's something that I need to learn, that I can stay in the middle. I don't have to get sort of outside of it. I can stay inside as well. And
Yeah.
that's just one that I suck at.
No worries. Well, the game ends with this. What's a good way? Honestly, the S key thing is one of the biggest things for me. As soon as I see the ring, I make sure I'm in the middle and I hit S. Aside from that, if you're playing Malthael, you can try to race strike to an enemy to get out of it, but those are really your only two ways of escaping.
Yep. I think S is the one that I need to get used to, because that's not one that I use at all. So I need to remember that it's there and start using it.
Yeah,
it's entirely possible that I should have sat there wailing on the core with the thing there. As I said earlier, I think I massively overestimated the amount of health that the core has.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even think you need to be attacking the core. I think you just need to be here to make them come and attack you instead.
Okay.
Because, yeah, your core damage is super small, but right here...
It's probably enough at that point.
And you're pulling their attention away from the Immortal. So like, if you stay here and he slides in, cool, and then you start attacking and queuing, like, look now, they're attacking this. It means that the Immortal's just going to end with the catapults pushing in if you're still here. But then, Rain, why is he shooting the minions? But yeah. I think if you're just making them attack you instead, you've also got no one can stop death. But I bet you, even if you just like ran it in on the core, you probably would have ended too. Okay, yeah, this is a good fight. Now you just walk bottom. Or kill everybody.
It's gold, I think we'd kill everyone. Massive value from the mosh pit there.
Yeah. He's playing for his family. So yeah, here we go. This is what we've all came to see. No, we're not even gonna get the kill. And he still rings you at the very end.
And I get rooted by it.
Oh my god.
At least I'm consistent.
So yeah, you need to definitely rotate into fights way more frequently. There's many times where you're split off catching waves. And doing so in such a way that you're putting yourself in situations where you can get ganked and die. Bottom wave was a good one. You know, there's many times where you split off to clear a minion wave or push in a minion wave instead of racing on the Immortal. The one time where you guys were bottom side and I was like, this is the end of the game if you all just go and race with Vala and you get caught out down here. Like that was probably the bad fight. Yeah, that was probably the worst one that I saw. But yeah, aside from that, I liked the way that you played your lane. You absolutely dominated the first couple of minutes, so keep doing that. You grabbed the camp at a good time. You could have maybe timed the bruiser camp a little differently, but you ended up dying, so it's like you died up here. So it was kind of tough, but you could have at least pinged it and asked your teammates to do it instead.
I mean, I could have at least not died in lane as well.
That is what, yep. And we went over that in the very beginning, highlighting, yo, if Jaina goes missing, like you have to be careful. But yeah. What else? Yeah, just more emphasis on your team play with Malthael. I think it's the biggest problem with Malthael players.
Battlefield.
Yeah. But yeah, did you have any specific questions?
I think I've asked them all during.
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for being the first EU person, or I guess not the first EU person, but first person in EU community coaching. Really appreciate you submitting the replay and have an awesome evening.
Yeah, you too. Thank you very much.
Thanks.